between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Cleveland Browns. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. J.J. Watt that time able to do what he does best, and that's sack the quarterback.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
2 and now, 3rd and goal.
Oh, the slant connects with Davante Adams.
They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal. Daniel Carlson set for the Raider field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Carlson is good, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage.
Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there, all the things that have gone on. And the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Not the way they wanted to begin things. You had the interception on the first play of the game. The good news, it only led to 3 points.
And remember our conversation with him prior to the ball game? He said they had something special designed for the first play. It didn't hit. Let's see if he can rebound from it and not let it get him down.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The Browns hit a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they coming off their very first loss of the season, suffered a week ago.
So now we can all take that chasing the 1972 Dolphins and take it and throw it right out the window, right? But let's face it, not many teams talk about that or even have interest in it. All they want to do right now is bounce back after that loss.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. And that's complete downfield to Parker. He's got room at the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, the gap man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Hunt will try going up the middle. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now it's Watson. And it's caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Chubb is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They'll try again with Chubb. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Here's Watson on the sneak, and he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on, and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And it'll be intercepted. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, Charles certainly circled that play. We might have to revisit it later. They had 3 in their back pocket. They go for it on 4th and goal and throw the pick.
Well, you know, we're still in the first half. A bold call nonetheless. And I guess the book might have said, take the 3. But it looks like they burned the book and just said, give me the analytics. And the analytics said, go for it. Didn't work out.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And his throw here's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
To his throw, complete here to Waller. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, down at the 33. Play action, now it's Tua. That ball caught, Brandon Ayuk, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Brandon Ayuk, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play?
look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Browns drive about to get started. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Watson, off play action. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. To throw is Watson. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
York able to send this one through, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So that, a good kick. We haven't talked about it much, but the wind is prevalent, and he drove that right into the wind.
Yeah, and don't forget the wind can swirl down there, too, so being able to read it, how it's coming, left to right to left, and to be able to execute that kick, that's pretty darn strong right there.
Let's go. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll. Looking to a hit, and the ball is out. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it, yes.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on second and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And it's complete to Adams. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Davante Adams. With career touchdown number 96, he joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. on as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
They pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
The scoreboard tells a story for them, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will go out of bounds down at the 15-yard line. 77 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. And throw right side complete to Parker. And the Browns have got a 1st and goal as he's out of bounds at the 4.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Touchdown, Browns! Kareem Hunt from 4 yards out, and the Browns are back within a score. Extra point by York is up and good. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Okay, great.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Davante Adams
Browns with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Browns drive about to get started. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Watson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. After the turnover, it's Tua. Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. And the Browns are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
They gave it a shot with a deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
Going deep here for Parker. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little top pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Here we go. Here we go.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Carlson on for the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points.
Makes the score Raiders 31, Browns 10.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Pulls it in at the 13.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Browns drive about to get started.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Now it's Watson, a bootleg. They'll roll him out right. Open receiver here, complete. It's Parker. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 32-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. On the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Faking the give. Now Watson steps away. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Handoff up the middle. Hunt. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up.
And this is going to be intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it.
And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
They'll start with the option. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Beating him there with his legs. 21 yards, first down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go?
Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Browns take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. The York on now for the extra point. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
After what they've faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. Caught on the right side by Adams. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 38-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. From the 31, Tua. Got a man, it's Darren Waller. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Darren Waller, 31 yards. And the Raiders have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Watson's throw there, complete to Mooney.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Off of play action, it's Watson. His throw incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
He'll get this one underneath to Hunt.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with the football. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And this defense will take over right at midfield. From midfield, here's Tua.
That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The end result, 21 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football.
Touchdown, Raiders! Darren Waller with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Raiders are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. Watson now to throw. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Chandler Jones busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Burns. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly...
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Divine Diablo dropping him behind the line of scrimmage. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 43. Now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. Hey, as the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Pryor has it complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Complete to number 3. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 33.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going.
Touchdown!
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Watson on 3rd down. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Raiders have recovered. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. The big fella. He's at the 30. 10. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
And the Raiders have got him.
Bilal Nichols in there to take him down.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. And he completes it to Hunt.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. That one looks like he'll throw here.
That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one. Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone,